the intermediate session going right now. About to get a little burn on the Hypto Crypto. Took all my energy just to get in. I have no clue how I'm gonna serve now. Having some fun. Struggling with these lefts though. See if I get this one. Say that was a successful session. Had some fun out there. Till next time.
So this is planet Houston. A very strange surface.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. So these are a few of the quick shots that the drone has. This one is the circle shot right here. I've got kind of a tight grouping here, so it goes a little bit fast and makes you a little bit dizzy, a little tight for my liking, but it's a cool transitional piece. This one, the target is a little bit wider, so the camera moves a little bit slower and less frantic, and it doesn't make you want to kind of barf like the other one did, even though it would have been a cool transitional effect. This one's pretty fun. I like them as transitions, cut pieces. This is the boomerang, which you need a clear path for, and I started flying this one, but I quickly ran almost into this big oak tree here. There's a lot of oak trees at this park. Right here it was a little easier because this park is in a wide open space. There aren't a lot of tall trees around the skate park, so it was easier to get this shot, and the camera would just kind of go up high and then it would return back low, focus on that volcano right there. Pretty cool little use of symmetry, nice for editing. Next we've got the helix, which is one of my favorite shots. It's like a circle but kind of tight to start, and then it spirals out like a helix. Just make sure you have a clear path. They don't like trees and light poles like you can see there. I had to get up above the tree line, which is about 50 feet here at the park by my house. And the scene coming up, I think I had to go a little bit higher, but we'll get to that shortly. Yeah, just make sure you got clearance. Watch those trees. This one here, well, this is at the skate park, so there's only like 1 or 2 trees here. So the helix was pretty easy to do here. This is just a buddy of mine skating around in the bowl, and so I just kind of set the camera up to fly and move around, and you can see the neighborhood and the whole park, and it's just kind of a nice, steady, interesting shot. I mean, what can you say? The computer just makes it so easy sometimes, and it makes the shots interesting. This one is the helix also. This is about as high as I could get the helix to go, because once you get a little higher than 300 feet, I think the altitude tops out at 400, so you gotta have it kind of in the middle. This one I had to get up above the tree line, which is about 150 feet here. You see the big oak tree, but it can handle about that height, that altitude pretty well. It kind of goes up and down with the altitude. So if you've got it at the max height, like the max altitude, it's gonna kind of shut down mid shot because it wants to go higher and lower. It needs wiggle room. So you got to do it kind of in the middle, as long as you're clear of trees and things like that. Don't get your drone stuck in a tree like I did. That's another helix shot. I actually set this one up as a selfie. I'm there in the bowl in the black shirt right there in the top left. Well, now it's the bottom left. So yeah, I just did a little hip hop out of there. This is the rocket shot, which is just basically going straight up, fixed on a central object. And it's pretty basic, but it's useful for certain applications, It's not really my favorite. I can kind of just do this with the control stick, but it's cool. I sped this one up because it's kind of a long clip, but this is another rocket. It kind of tilts the camera down as it works too, so that's cool. This is what's called a droney, which is like a diagonal fly out, and it does the tilting of the camera at the same time, so it's all kind of automatic. You could probably do this yourself too, if you're a good pilot, but these automatic settings are nice and easy sometimes for perfect shots. This is an asteroid. This one is pretty cool. It basically just takes a bunch of panorama shots after it hits a certain altitude and then splices them together in the computer. This particular one was at Village Creek State Park down east of my house, and then does that little transitional thing. And this one's at the skate park again. Just kind of zooms out, does a little time lapse, and then does a panorama 360 globe shape. It's a pretty cool effect. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. So here we are at the park, my son and I, and my son's flying the drone. Oh my God, he's getting a little too close there with that shot, but we're here flying a helix pattern, which is a quick shot preset on the Mavic 2. And this is the park by my house where we decided to try this out. And I was noticing it was kind of hard to find these shots after we recorded them, but once I took the memory card out of the drone and put it in my computer, there it was. You just don't see them on the gallery on your phone on the app. So these shots are enabled automatically by a computer program, and you could probably do these if you're some kind of Mac daddy, but the computer does all of the calculations, so you get these perfect helix patterns. And this is about 400 feet up in the air at the same park Same helix pattern, pretty cool shot. This is the local Galton skate park, just a little bit down the street. I'm carving around the bowl there. A buddy of mine gonna air out. Couldn't catch this board, but it's cool because you can see Chimney Rock right there. You can see the bowl. Another kid's gonna drop in, gonna carve around a little mini section, gonna do an air out, and then no, not quite. Nobody's making it today, but you get to see the street course. You get to see the park. Beautiful Southwest Houston. That's about all I got today, folks. Bye. Bye again. This is Village Creek State Park, located in East Texas, outside the city of Lumberton, which is about 2 hours east on I-10 from where I live in Houston. And it's the beautiful piney woods of Texas. And this beautiful body of water is Village Creek, which has white sand banks, relatively clear water for this part of Texas, even though it's still kind of brown, but the sand gives it a bit of a clarity that you don't get with the usual muddy bodies of water like rivers and bayous and such in East Texas. These are the tops of the trees. You can see some fall foliage, the little trail that goes to the creek from where we were camping. And as we tilt up with the camera, you can see the horizon to the east. This is the creek flying overhead. You can see the little bit of clarity in there with the sand. Very pretty, very white sand. This is the flyover of the creek itself. Earlier there was some deer running across, going through the water, but didn't have the drone out, unfortunately. This is the campsite where we were staying. I decided to employ a helix shot to get a little bit of different perspective and just kind of fly over and see how it looks. Back to the creek, flying backwards, getting another little bit of different perspective on the area with some logs floating. Somebody left their kayak chained up to the bank. And thank you for watching my video. You can see the campfire. It means it's time to eat dinner and wind down for the day. Thank you.
Welcome to Flavor Town.